are serious members of the great party, the ruling All Progressive Congress, APC. Even from the beginning of its formation in 2014, we can boldly say a lot about the party, especially as it was founded through our major legacy parties. You all can testify to the fact that it was not quite rosy at first, considering various obstacles the harmonization of our previous legacy parties went through, especially as the ruling party then, PDP, did everything humanly possible to frustrate the major arrangement. But as God would want it, the dream of achieving their plot of staying in power for 60 years came to a halt when the three legacy parties, ACN, CPC, and the AMPP, finally sealed the deal and surrendered their individual certificates of registration to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, and ceased to remain separate. Concerned, apart from the collective effort to win the 2015 general elections, the party at the center hardly recorded so much achievements. Rather, he had been bedeviled with series of crises, including the state chapters. Party discipline has become a major problem. The powerful, privileged newcomers and collaborators, selfish members, hijacked the party and entrenched certain group interests, as was played out during the recent congresses, to the extent that most states, including Lagos, had recorded parallel congresses. Comrades, you may wish to ask, what is the cause of this problem? My simple answer is leadership. Poor leadership in the party has caused us a lot of insults and embarrassment out there, even as Mr. President has so far achieved a lot with his cabinet at the level of government proper. Today, we can say we are so happy with the current leadership of our party. Today we can say we are so happy with the current leadership of our party that has failed to conduct non-elective convention, including BOT meetings for the past 4 years. Apart from this, no proper accountability, transparency, and due process in the day-to-day running of the party by the current leadership. How can a party be so vulnerable to the PDP intruders and others, as the doors of the party are wide open for every Dick and Harry to come on board at will? Even as they come, they are not taking the back seat, but occupying sensitive positions to the detriment of bona fide members that have toiled and struggled over the years. To us, this trend should not be allowed to continue, as it is robbing Peter to pay Paul. In fairness to the PDP policy of membership recruitment, they hardly allow new members to immediately assume elective position or even appointed position in their party during the days of their government. In view of all this and many other factors, we cannot continue like this, as even the larger society is dynamic and not static. Therefore, behoves every sane party man and woman to ask for a change of leadership in our great party, the APC. Grace of God, despite all forms of challenges thereafter, the rest is now history. I wish to personally thank God, my colleagues then, with me, as well as a few national patrons of this enviable organization for finding it expedient to form these projects in 2013. As a matter of fact, our organization, apart from being older than the APC, we were the first support group to have formally identified with the incumbent president of Nigeria, General Buhari. We did not just jump up and identify with him, but we had a tough time to convince him, having said he was not going to contest election again after the last failed attempt in 2011. As a serious political support group formed by committed Nigerians across the 6 geopolitical zones to champion the cause of having a better Nigerian state, we decided, amongst other things, that we have to go get the then General Buhari, sit him down, and preach the need for a change of his mindset, especially as the previous government since 1999 had failed the nation woefully, with obvious decayed major infrastructure, high level of corruption, insecurity in the Northeast, and trembling economy occasioned by poor leadership, etc. Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 consecutive meetings in Daura, Kaduna, and finally in Abuja, we were able to convince Mr. President today, the then General Buhari, to have another shot at the presidency. And as God had answered our prayers, both the primaries and general elections went smoothly in our favor, and the rest is also now history. My comrades, as you may recall, it is indeed a fact that after the great sacrifice during the days of campaigns for the change we have today, a new government came into existence under the leadership of President Buhari, a clear testimony of God's answered prayers. It is rather surprising thereafter our great party went to sleep and couldn't really manage the success we recorded properly as a result of weak leadership at the party level. We, on the platform of the Buhari Friends Organisation Network, equally serious stakeholders in the polity, wish to call for a change of APC leadership, especially at the center, as when the head is sound, the other component parts of the body has no malfunction. My comrades, as our first elective national convention, after 4 years, is scheduled to take place in June 2018, our resolve, amongst other things, is that we rally around a man of honor and great discipline, tested and trusted, who has all it takes to show quality leadership at the ends of affairs of our party, to be unanimously supported and be voted for. Ladies and gentlemen, the person in question here is no other than the proactive comrade Adams Oshiomhole. As it may interest you all to know, this is a man of proven record of quality and effective leadership, even from the labor union era to his 8 years of stewardship as a governor. This is a man who is hardly gets carried by the liquor and comforts of political office. He is a strong believer of equity, justice, and merit. He is always identified with the mass poor, not the core elite. Therefore, his dress code always exemplifies what he stands for in the contemporary society. Comrade Oshiomhole is a rare leader who doesn't demand so much from any office he finds himself, but willing to give out so much to the office. We need an Oshiomhole who succeeded in weeding political godfatherism out of Edo, paving the way for children of the poor to be in government on merit. With Comrade Adams Oshiomhole in charge of APC, there is no doubt those threatening to leave the party because of lack of leadership have no choice but to stay back, as in him there is great prospects for everybody to have a sense of belonging. Finally, Mr. Chairman, my fellow comrades, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to request for your permission to call for the adoption of Comrade Adams Oshiomhole by this great organization and subsequent declaration of total support for his candidature.
The motion that Comrade Adams Oshiomhole should be our chairman, APC National Convention, come June 2018.